The 25th Arabian Gulf Cup gets underway tomorrow. Iraq hosting, the first time they've hosted since 1979, which is fantastic for them. It takes place between the 6th and the 19th of January. Now, Bahrain, they're the holders of this tournament after winning it last time out in 2019, but there is fierce competition in this one. There's 8 teams, which makes it nice and easy because it's 2 groups of 4. The top 2 in each go through. Winner of Group A plays runner-up in Group B. You know the rest. Single-legged semi-finals and a single-legged final at the Basra International Stadium in Iraq on the 19th. But from a DNQ perspective, who's playing in this one? Because there's some quite strong sides, including hosts of the most recent World Cup, Qatar, and the side that beat Argentina, Saudi Arabia. They are playing in this one as well. Let's run through the groups for you. In Group A, hosts Iraq are joined by Saudi Arabia, Yemen, and Oman. Quite a challenging group for the hosts, and Group B doesn't get any easier with holders Bahrain up against Kuwait, Qatar and the United Arab Emirates. There's one side in each group that we're going to focus on in this preview, and that is the lowest ranked side in each group. And in Group A, that is Yemen, who find themselves at 154 in the FIFA World Rankings. They've actually never made it past a group stage in this tournament, despite being in it 10 times, and they failed to win any of their AFC Asian Cup qualifiers back in 2022. But towards the end of last year, they've played a number of friendlies against Egyptian club sides, and they did win 3 of those 5 games. So they'll be hoping to take some reasonable form into this tournament and perhaps cause an upset and get out of the group. Now, for me, I don't want to be too pessimistic, but I think that'll be a real challenge for them. I think they should just try and target maybe 1 win or a couple of draws, 2 or 3 points, and think about it as a longer project. Don't think they're going to get out of the group of this one, Yemen. But as we move on to Group B, a side that might be able to cause a few more problems to the big boys is Kuwait. Now, they've won this tournament plenty of times before, but they find themselves at a little bit of an international footballing dip. Having said that, they hosted their group for Asian Cup qualification and narrowly missed out despite beating Nepal. That loss to Indonesia, crucial for them to exit. So they also didn't qualify for the AFC Asian Cup, but they played far more games. They lost a few, but they were way more competitive, including draws against sides like Latvia as well. But they are in a tough group, aren't they? They've got Bahrain, Qatar and the UAE. Now, we've seen actually from a lot of these stronger teams, they're probably not bringing their best squad. That includes Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the sides that we've seen at the World Cup. They're not going to be quite the same side, but I still think that the better sides in this region are going to have enough, even if it's far more of a domestic team, to cause problems for sides like Yemen and Kuwait. Now, I think personally that Kuwait will cause more of an upset. I think they might get a win somewhere along and maybe ask a few questions. Will it be enough to see them out of the group? I'm just not sure. I think they've got a better chance than Yemen, but it's still going to be tough for them. And I think that someone like Bahrain, who's quite a high-ranked side, all right, they didn't make it to the World Cup and they're not sort of a mainstream team, but they're still pretty solid. Obviously won it in 2019 as well. I think that sides like Bahrain and Oman in Group A, they're going to be the ones to watch out for, potentially even more so than some of your favoured sides like Saudi, because they are well-established footballing nations. But who do I think is going to win this one overall? Well, actually, I'm just going to pluck a name out of thin air and say that I think the hosts are ones to watch out for in this one. They last won the tournament in 1988, Iraq, but with hosting it, they're quite a decent side. I think they've got half a chance here. Could it be the hosts Iraq that win the 25th Arabian Gulf Cup? Now, who do you think is going to win? Why don't you drop a comment on this video to let us know what you're thinking, who you think the shock factor team will be in this one, or if you think it will be just a Saudi Arabia win, or one of the more favoured sides to lift the trophy in this one. We will be watching it closely and doing some coverage on D&Q, mainly focusing, like I've said already, on those two smaller sides, the lowest ranked sides of Yemen and Kuwait, but we'll be keeping up with the whole tournament. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe as well, and we'll see you next time.